All right, welcome to Frank Teaches Devils. Okay, in our last in our part one of Dockerizing Nginx with PHP, which PHP7, you saw how we did the entire process. All right, from let me just show us quickly the Docker file. I will build the whole packages between Nginx and PHP. So we installed our Nginx from repository. So we have a repository already, which we copied into the container. And from there, we install Nginx. And we also install PHP7 from iOS repository. However, there are different repositories you can use to install PHP7. We have Remy. Remy is there, all right, but I prefer to use iOS. Then this is my document roots, Nginx docs, my document roots, and I did a small PHP info page and copied into document roots, and yeah, and this is a service to start both PHP FPM and Nginx in foreground and background respectively. And this was what we did to achieve what we have here. All right, what we have here. But now we are having this error 502 bad gateway. 502 bad gateway. So now to troubleshoot this issue is as a result. Okay, let's check. We don't know. Let's go into what we call the log file, the error log file for of the container. Okay, mind you, um, we mind you, we have a config file here. All right. So in this config file, we have set our error log under nginx dog error log and then access log. Yeah, so we're going to get access into the container and see and go into those logs and see what is causing the 502 bad gateway error. Okay, so this is what I will do. So I'll say docker exec, all right, what it ng what nginscon one word, right? Nginxcon and what bash. All right. So I'm inside of the container. So we have to go into where Nginx docs, right? So let's see if we have our access log there. We also have our error log there as well. So let's see what error do we have in there. Oh, sorry, command not found. Okay, let's see now. Let's try until 2019. Let's try until till the error log. All right. Let's steal the error log, give it some space, and then let me refresh this page. Refresh this page. Refresh. Okay, we have this now. Okay, connecting to this guy failed. While connecting to upstream, client server request, upstream, this, blah, 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 blah. Host, this. Connect to Unis, this. No such file. Okay, no such file. Okay, it can't really start this socket. PHP FPM cannot really start that socket locally. All right. And I think it requires a local IP, a local IP to start that um that process in the socket. All right. So now no such file. So it's complaining that this file does not exist. All right. Okay. So now let's see something. So that's the error we are getting. All right. So keep that's why we're getting that error, the bad gateway error. This is what we'll do. This is what we'll do. We'll go on to Google. go on to Google and we'll say PHP FPM, Nginx PHP FPM bad gateway. All right. Docker Nginx PHP FPM bad gateway. Let's see. Bad gateway. Let's see what they said is the issue. I'm trying to install PHP FM in Docker and I have a problem with Nginx which returns me this. However, when I try to go on my HTML file, only displays correctly. Okay, what must I do to PHP file works correctly with this system? Okay. Mm, mm, come on, student get up. Service this, right? Start this. This guy is not saying anything. Let me check for the first Nginx bad gateway. How to reduce Nginx. This guy is not saying anything. Bad gateway error. Okay, so I'm not saying what I'm supposed to see, but that error is coming from our fast CGI. Let's see this before we go into our our server config. Our server config. All right. I don't think we are seeing anything. Let me check here. Mm-mm. All right. So now come, let's check our server config. Our configuration, right? Oh, sorry. I'm still inside the container. I have to go out of the container. Our server config is on here, right? Sorry, here. So vim nginx config. All right. So here comes the problem. The problem is around fast CGI, this. So this is what it's complaining of. It's complaining that this, 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 this file, there's no file or directory with this name, all right? If you check that log, the error log that we checked, it's saying that there's no file directory with that name, all right? So it's throwing up this error of this guy. So the next thing we just need to do, we just need to replace this whole stuff with localhost and the port that that's PHP FPM runs on. All right, let me just now do something. Let's say PHP FPM port number. Let's see. Okay. Um. All right. Nginx Nginx PHP port. Nginx PHP port. So let's come here. So by default, PHP FPM runs on port 9000. All right. So it runs on port 9000. It runs on port 9000. So you see that thing say listen on. There's a file that controls it. Now see this part now. All right. So seeing its own listen FPM listen configuration is defined up here. All right. and it's being used in the server configuration in Nginx. All right. So let's see. Now we can change it. TCP sockets for PHP FPM. Change listen to listen on this guy to make PHP FPM listen on the local host network. All right. For security reason, we can use the listen to allow clients rather than set the owner group of the socket. Okay. So now our configuration will turn to be something like this. All right. Instead of all of that part, we just use this as our configuration. All right. Local host. So we'll go back to our server config. I come here and use what 127.0.0.1 column 9,000. Then remove all of that semi column. Okay. Escape. Save and what? Wait. So we'll rebuild that image. We're going to rebuild that image. All right. So this is what we'll now do now. All right. So Docker build minus t what? Um Nginx version 9. All right. File is Docker file dot. All right. So if we build that, that's we now have what version 9. All right. So let me kill the one we have already. Nginx con is still running. So let's forcefully remove remove it. It's done. So now let's rerun the container, right? Docker run minus d, minus what? P 1990 colon what? 80, name is what? Engines con. What else? The image, right? Version what? 9. So if you say Docker PS, we have the new image running, right? Great. So now let's now go back to our portal. Let's refresh and see something. So if I refresh, we now have our PHP site being served. All right. Because I've already done this part. Okay. Look at this now. I have um I have an index.php file, all right, which inside of this file I have defined the PHP info page. All right, that page that you get to see. All right. Okay. So now inside of my Docker file as well, I have copied that file into my what document root. Look at now. I have copied this file into what document root. Okay, document root. And yeah, so can now serve PHP pages with that little change I just did. I couldn't serve PHP pages. Before I could serve only HTML pages. All right. But with that change, I can now serve PHP pages. All right. PHP pages. Okay. So now let's do one more thing. Um, do you have those application? Let's see how I can also serve HTML pages. All right. This is same concept. So this is what I will do. Close all of this. Don't forget this time. All right. When you have time, let me copy it. Listen directive. PHP FPM listen directive. Let me copy it for you guys. DevOps. That's it. Okay. Close, close. All right. So let me look for Google. Let's say all right. Let me do GitHub. Simple GitHub. Let me copy some project from GitHub. All right. Expanding cards. Let me see. Expanding cards. All right. So it will be a nice application. So this is what I'll do. I'll just copy that, come to my terminal, I'll do what? Git, git clone. Do I have git here? No. Yum install git. Okay. So git clone that. All right. So if I go into 50 projects, 50 days, all right. So let's look for what was that project name? Changing card, right? This changing card. Password generator. Let me just use, I need something simple. Drink water. Let me say drink water, right? Drink water. Okay. All right. So I want to copy, move, or let me just copy recursively. Drink, drink water into, into, yeah. All right. Then I have it. Go a step and dump it in that current directory. I just go back. All right. If I go a step backwards, if I do LL, you can see drink water there. Okay. So LL drink water, we have that. So now I want to copy drink water into my what's it called? My document root, right? Document roots. So how do I achieve this now? Blah 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 blah. Great. So I can just either okay copy the entire content or okay, all right. So this now drink hyphen water. All right. So now go into your what Docker file. Okay. Now we're copying this. Oh, sorry. Copy drink what water. Uh Drop drink water into the com. Okay. All right. No P. No P. Escape. Save and quit. So now Docker was RM. Remove that was Nginx con. Kill it. It's killed. Now Docker build, right? Docker build. Uh-huh. And as what? E Nginx is using. Wait, man, see, man, run all these images. Docker RMI. Uh-huh. Mm, I want, man, see, so I don't want to remove 7. Docker, Docker waiting. Images. Honors. I want fit that is equal to waiting. Name is equal to Nginx. Guy, I need to play with this thing. Oh. I need to play with this thing. I need to play with this thing. I'm leaving 7% OS now. I want to delete everything in Nginx. And now that's what I'm filtering now. That's what I'm filtering. All right. Um, what should I put? Q. Let's see. Let's see if this thing will run. Um, it says me. Why? Okay. Okay, okay, I get you. I get you. I get you. I get you. Thank you. Repository. Repository. Okay, that's something. Where repository equals to Nginx. Sinogo. Sinogo. Docker RMI. I don't plenty. So I just need to. Okay, Docker images. That's it. So all right, let me build right. Docker, Docker build, Docker build, Docker build version what? Version one. Right. So where's that part? Copy it, drink water into this, right? All right. So I've built it, right? So let me run it now. Control arrow, run. Okay. Um, this is what I just did. Control arrow is reverse search. It's called reverse search. I want to search for a a word, a string. I don't want to do history or start to do up arrow, down arrow. So I just press Control arrow on my keyboard. So now require me to put the search time. So I just type run, run. I just brought out that line. All right. So once I know everything is fine now, as it is Docker run, look at now, version one. I just press enter. That's build. So Docker PS. That's there, right? So let's see if that our page will be displayed. It's drink water, right? So this will be slash drink water. So this is where our HTML page is served. Why am I not getting this? Okay, okay, okay. This is there's a small now let's rename this guy. Copy index to test.php. All right, test.php, right? Okay. So now in my container, I should have test.php instead of index.php because index there is a special kind of directive. So yeah, madam. Hello? 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 Yeah, get over money, no. Oh, thank God, my sister. Okay. On Wednesday, 1 p.m. All right, that's fine. Man. Okay, all right, no problem. Man. Thank you, eh? Thank you. Mm. All right, guys. Translating this. Or okay. Now I've copied text into this, right? And okay, great. So I want to change that directive. So um yeah. Um okay. Okay. All right. So Docker works rm minus f Nginx works con. It's been killed. So let me rebuild that image. Let me call that v words Let me see. We call it V1. No problem. All right. So you have just rebuild the image. So let's rerun it. Run it again. V1, right? We run V1. So let's see if we can access that page one more time. Okay, this file is not telling us that this file is not found. This file is not found. Let me do something. Now our page is now coming. All right, because I changed that index. I had index.php. Index.php is not supposed that index. There's if you want to protect it, you have to put it in a different folder. But now it was directly inside of where of the document root. All right. So if I still want to access that my test, I'll say slash test the whole thing. That my PHP page. I should get I don't separate everything. You get me? I don't separate everything. PHP is running separately, while HTML is running separately. All right. So this is your drink water application. So far we've seen how we can serve both PHP pages and HTML pages with the help of Nginx and PHP7. So that is the challenge we just conclude. I stop. Master Stop.